I want to talk about that for a little while. Let's talk about the God-given destiny. But then there are also things that Satan will give you. All right? We miss that sometimes. We miss that Satan will give you a good idea. Satan is full of good ideas. He has no clue of what a God idea is, but he has some good ideas. And he will give you them quick, fast, and in a hurry to thwart you from the true vision. John 8. Starting at verse 44. Understand something. Anything that the enemy is going to tell you is a lie. He couldn't tell the truth if he wanted to. John 8:44 says, you belong to your father the devil, and you want to carry your father's desires. Stop. Anything that the devil gives you is a demonic desire. You hear me? Any vision that the devil gives you, that Satan gives you, is his desire. And you can think of all the negative connotations that come from the devil's desires. He wishes to kill, steal, and destroy you. So anything he gives you is going to produce either killing you, killing your vision, stealing your vision, or destroying your vision. He wishes to kill, steal, and destroy your God-given vision. Amen? Going on. He was a murderer from the beginning. Stop. Satan will kill, steal, and destroy your ability to hear the voice of God. Have you ever been in the middle of doing something and get distracted, and next thing you know, you just kind of lost interest in what you were doing, but it was something you knew was important, but you couldn't just quite get back to it? He is the master of doing that. That's his job. It's like geometry. If you're traveling from point A to point B, and you start here at point A, but if Satan could get you to move just 1 degree to the left, by the time you've traveled the appropriate distance to reach your goal, you'll be so far off track you won't even know where your purpose was, where your end destination was supposed to be. See, that's his plan. If I could just get him off just a little, they will never fulfill the vision of God. Huh? Oh, God, I keep coming back to this. The enemy, Satan, has done this in our families. We have mothers that love their kids, that work 2 and 3 jobs for their kids, that do all this to make sure their kids have the best of the best because their fathers aren't there, either, especially in our community. They're either in jail, sad to say, they've not accepted the responsibility that they should in their homes, in their families, in their communities. They've been given a way out. We've had a whole generation of boys that are mama's boys that don't understand what it is sometimes to be a man and take up manly deeds. I said it. I meant it. Y'all can look at me hard if you want to. It's true. I see it every day. See, while you may have just little Johnny and Ray Ray at home, I got Johnny, Ray Ray, and about 1,500 of them just like him. So I see it every day. So here we have what God intended, right, was Adam, Eve, family, offspring, family together, right? What has ended up happening is fathers somewhere else, mothers family. Mothers are the protectors, mothers are the nurturers, mothers are the providers. You can tell the difference in the kids that have fathers in the home. All he had to do was convince us in our society that mothers, single mothers, is okay. That's okay in our society. That's fine. Guess what? That ain't fine. First of all, you all shouldn't have to bear that weight. Single mothers should not have to bear the weight of the family. If God has called fathers to be the head, the leaders, as long as they follow Jesus, then if I'm supposed to be the head, that means I'm supposed to be the first, right? If I'm supposed to be the first, that means I'm supposed to be the first to love. I'm supposed to be the first to get up sometimes in the morning to feed the baby. I'm supposed to be the first to do everything, not just take the baby to the doctor. I'm supposed to help. I'm supposed to be there. I'm be the first to pray. Huh? I'm supposed to be the first one to say, let's go to Sunday school, let's go to church, let's go to Bible study. I'm the one in the car talking about, come on, y'all late. But if Satan is convinced our society that that's not necessary, we off that degree. We off just that degree. And when we get to that final mark, we look around and we wonder why are our kids acting like they acting. I know I hurt somebody's feelings. Mothers, you're doing a wonderful job. God bless you for what you're doing. What I'm saying is you shouldn't have had to do it by yourself. Not your fault. You're doing the best you can. Understand, God has equipped men and women differently. And it takes both of those elements in the home to produce healthy, mature, spiritually people. God can do some things. God will place people in your life. God placed people in my life. I was raised by a single mother. I had two grandfathers, though, that I lived with at different times in my life. My grandfather, my paternal grandfather, at a very key point in my life, because I was 13 and I had a man, strong man, that showed me how to be a man, showed me how to shave, showed me how to clean up after myself, showed me how to tie a tie. He showed me these things. All right? I needed that. Okay? So I was kind of put back on course for my grandfathers that I had up until my 20s. They helped me to become a young man. So many families that don't have that. There are too many young boys that don't have that. There are too many young women that don't know how that they are to be respected. So they allow themselves to be put in certain situations that they should have never been in, that they would have known better. Their father would not. My father don't treat me like that. My father, no. My father opens my doors. My father doesn't allow me to walk on the outside of the curb. My father, but I'm not going to accept that. My daddy taught me better than that. That degree. That's all. Pull it back. So we talked about he was a murderer from the beginning. It says, not holding the truth, for there is no truth in him. Stop. He couldn't tell the truth. If someone wrote it on a piece of paper and said, read this, he couldn't tell it then. He can't help himself. That's who he is. Yet we believe the lies every day. Every day. The lies that tell us that we don't need God. We can do this on our own. That's a lie. Every lie that says, mothers, you don't need a man. That's a lie. Every lie that says, fathers, you don't need to stay there. You don't need to put up with her mouth. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because you know something? God has equipped us differently. You know how he's equipped us differently? He wired our brains differently. There are things that your wife and women see that men will never see. And vis-a-vis. And instead of hating the differences, you need to embrace them. Because if the two are one, and man was incomplete in and of itself, that means you needed what she's seeing because you weren't equipped that way. But we don't. We want to move that degree. I don't have to put up with that mouth. I don't have to put up with him being trifling. I don't have to put up with this. Y'all get off. God's plan, God's way is right, even though it might be uncomfortable to you. Remember, the word says you got to press. That means there's some resistance. Press towards the mark. There's no resistance, there is no pressing. Walk through easily. All right, let's get back to vision. Let's get back.